Hello, my name is Dr. Nathaniel Kane, and I want to share with you something that very few people ever get the chance to understand. These are the health documents of a 95-year-old samurai descendant from a remote village in Japan. Despite his age, he has perfect blood sugar levels, a strong heart, and no signs of diabetes or its complications. Now, these are the medical records of a 45-year-old individual from a modern city. Despite eating carefully, staying active and following their doctor's advice, they're battling type 2 diabetes, unpredictable blood sugar spikes, and the constant threat of complications like nerve damage and heart disease. So, how is it possible that someone like our samurai elder, who has likely never heard of glucose monitors or diabetes medications, remains perfectly healthy, while others struggle even with the latest treatments? I can tell you now, it's not about how much sugar you eat, how often you exercise, or even how much insulin your body produces. Instead, it's about the type of insulin your body produces, a critical detail that determines whether your cells absorb glucose efficiently or whether it lingers in your bloodstream, causing silent damage. And once you discover this overlooked factor, you'll finally be able to regain control over your blood sugar. You'll avoid the relentless spikes and crashes, protect yourself from complications, and feel confident managing type 2 diabetes, no matter how long you've been dealing with it. Margaret Wilson, 58, Austin, Texas. I've always been careful with my diet, avoiding sugar and carbs and exercising regularly, but I could never figure out why my blood sugar would spike out of nowhere or why I always felt so tired. Now it feels like my body is working the way it should. My energy is back, my blood sugar is stable, and I don't feel like a prisoner to diabetes anymore. Thank you, Dr. Kane, for giving me my life back. Robert Jenkins, 65, Orlando, Florida. What Dr. Kane was telling me seemed absolutely crazy, but at that point, I had tried everything else. I thought, why not give it a shot? Within weeks, I couldn't believe the results. My blood sugar stopped swinging like a roller coaster, and I no longer feel those mid-afternoon crashes. Even my doctor is impressed with the improvements in my lab work. It's truly a lifesaver. James T., 45, Newark, NJ. I've been struggling with type 2 diabetes for years, and it felt like no matter what I did, it kept getting worse. My doctor told me to prepare for insulin injections, but I wasn't ready to give up. Dr. Kane's approach changed everything. Not only is my blood sugar under control, but I feel stronger and healthier than I have in years. I tell everyone I'm proof that there's hope. Hi, my name is Dr. Nathaniel Kane, and before we go any further, let's address the elephant in the room. If you're like most of my patients, you've probably heard all the promises before and tried all kinds of so-called solutions for managing type 2 diabetes. Maybe you've been told to rely on strict diets, endless finger prick tests, or expensive medications that often come with uncomfortable side effects. Perhaps you've turned to supplements, teas or powders claiming to balance blood sugar or restore energy. Or maybe you're even considering extreme measures like insulin injections or surgeries that are costly, invasive, and offer no guarantee of long-term success. For example, studies show that up to 30% of people on long-term diabetes medications develop complications, and the risk of heart disease, nerve damage, or kidney failure can increase by as much as 50% over a 10-year period. If you're like most people I've worked with, you already know that these so-called solutions often feel like a never-ending cycle of prescriptions, finger pricks, and medical bills that leave you frustrated, exhausted, and with little hope for real change. Which is why I want to be crystal clear. What I'm about to share with you is unlike anything you've seen or heard of before. It's not another trendy diet plan, natural remedy, or positive thinking approach. It's rooted in solid, cutting-edge science. This solution directly targets the type of insulin your body produces, a discovery supported by tens of clinical trials and research from leading institutions like Harvard University, Osaka University in Japan, and the University of Cambridge in the UK. This is why, before you spend another dollar on treatments or programs that only mask the symptoms, I urge you to pay close attention to what I'm about to say. Because as a doctor with over 30 years of experience, I've seen how type 2 diabetes can rob people of their energy, their confidence, and their quality of life. How it can leave them feeling trapped in their own bodies, exhausted and burdened by the fear of complications. So I'm truly glad you're here today, because what I'm about to share can transform your health, your energy, and your life. No matter how long you've been managing type 2 diabetes, no matter how serious your symptoms are, or what your age or medical condition might be, I deeply believe there is a simple science-backed solution to type 2 diabetes, one so powerful that it has already changed the lives of countless people just like you. Just imagine no more unpredictable blood sugar spikes or crashing lows that leave you feeling drained. No more constant fatigue, brain fog, or worrying about complications like nerve pain, kidney issues, or heart disease. No more restrictive diets or spending hundreds on medications, insulin shots, or treatments that barely make a dent in your condition. Never having to feel embarrassed or ashamed. Never having to cancel plans because you're too tired. And never having to explain to your loved ones why you're struggling to keep up. Instead, you can become one of those people who feels vibrant and full of life again, with steady energy, sharp focus, and the confidence to enjoy every moment without limits. And never again live in fear of diabetes controlling your future. Once you see the groundbreaking science behind this inexpensive solution for yourself, I'm confident you'll be eager to give it a try. Because in the next 5 minutes, I'll reveal why some cultures, despite eating carb-rich diets, manage to stay free from type 2 diabetes. The number one hidden trigger for blood sugar spikes and insulin issues, which most doctors actually believe to be a harmless part of your diet. The simple at-home test you can do in the morning to see if this silent culprit is already wreaking havoc on your metabolism, and to find out if it's also responsible for your fatigue, brain fog, weight gain, or trouble sleeping. As recent research has revealed, this hidden trigger is present in nearly 90% of individuals with type 2 diabetes or prediabetes. And I'll also introduce you to a scientifically proven natural solution that can address the root cause of these problems and help restore balance to your blood sugar, potentially erasing years of damage done to your body. As I mentioned, my name is Dr. Nathaniel Kane, and I hope you won't mind if I take a moment to explain who I am and why the discovery I'm about to share has made such a profound difference in the lives of thousands of people. I've been a board-certified endocrinologist for over 30 years, specializing in the management of metabolic disorders like type 2 diabetes. I graduated from a prestigious university and completed my residency in internal medicine, earning many recognitions over the years and serving as chief resident during my training. On paper, I was everything you'd expect of a successful doctor with a bright future, a professional dedicated to making a difference. And that's exactly what I dreamed of, to truly make a difference. But over time, that dream began to crumble. I realized that everything I'd been taught in medical school focused on managing symptoms rather than addressing the root causes of disease. Patients were treated like numbers, seen briefly, prescribed medications or procedures, and sent on their way. The underlying causes of their suffering were ignored, and their overall health and well-being were rarely considered. I couldn't understand it. If medicine was advancing so rapidly, why were so many people still getting sicker every year? My frustration grew every time I watched my colleagues prescribe the same medications to patients with vastly different needs, not stopping to ask why the problem existed in the first place. I decided I couldn't keep going like this. Something had to change. That's when I decided to take a more holistic and root cause-focused approach to my practice. I dedicated myself to understanding how the body truly works, diving deep into how diet, natural compounds, and lifestyle changes could provide real, lasting solutions for my patients' challenges. I worked obsessively to uncover how specific nutrients, plants, and organic ingredients could address the underlying causes of type 2 diabetes instead of just masking its symptoms. Since then, I've been fortunate to help thousands of people around the world regain control over their health. And I can tell you, at the end of each day, I finally feel proud knowing that the work I'm doing is changing lives. But everything changed when I met Michael Landon. He was one of the most difficult cases I had ever come across in my entire career. Michael was 54 years old, a husband, father, and grandfather of 3. Throughout his life, he had been a pillar of his community, always generous with his time, quick with a kind word, and the person everyone could count on to brighten the room. After his retirement, his dream was to host big family barbecues, play with his grandchildren, and maybe even travel with his wife. He just loved spending time with people. But all of that came crashing down when his health began to deteriorate rapidly and without explanation. The reason he came to see me was that his energy was completely drained. He felt exhausted all the time, couldn't concentrate, and his blood sugar levels were all over the place. I was the 9th doctor he had visited, and I could see the hopelessness in his eyes. But as I examined him more closely, I realized his problems ran much deeper than anyone had suspected. His blood sugar was dangerously unstable. His weight had climbed despite his best efforts to control it, and he constantly battled headaches, brain fog, and tingling in his hands and feet. Worst of all, Michael told me he barely had the energy to get out of bed some days, let alone enjoy the activities he once loved. His dream of being surrounded by loved ones had vanished. At meals, he avoided the table because he was ashamed of what he couldn't eat and embarrassed about how tired he always felt. His wife told me she hadn't seen him sit through a full family dinner in years. He was always retreating to rest, overwhelmed by exhaustion and discomfort. Michael was terrified of what the future held. He feared losing his independence, facing even more complications, or becoming a burden to his family. He'd tried everything: strict diets, expensive medications, and countless consultations, but nothing seemed to help. He confessed he felt like his body and mind were failing him, and he wasn't sure how much longer he could keep fighting. He thought his constant fatigue and tingling sensations were just from stress or poor circulation, but I wasn't so sure. Every time he asked his doctors for something stronger to manage the pain and brain fog, they brushed him off. Some even suggested that he wasn't doing enough to control his blood sugar. His life had become a daily struggle, and he told me he didn't know how much longer he could keep going. Always exhausted, always in pain, the most frustrating part. Most doctors didn't seem to take his condition seriously. They treated him like just another diabetic patient stuck in the same cycle. I could see how much this disease had taken from him, and I couldn't ignore it. Looking at Michael's case, I decided I had to approach it differently. I didn't have the full answer yet, but I couldn't let him walk away feeling like there was nothing left to try. What stood out to me was that neither of his parents nor his grandparents had ever developed type 2 diabetes. This wasn't adding up. It couldn't just be genetic. His blood tests didn't reveal much either, but there was one clue I kept circling back to. The nerve pain, fatigue, and brain fog, everything seemed to worsen whenever his blood sugar levels spiked. It made me wonder, was the real issue hidden in the way his body was producing insulin? I spent night after night poring over every study, article, and piece of research I could find, combing through every news clipping and footnote. But nothing seemed to explain the strange and unrelated symptoms Michael was experiencing. After 4 weeks of frustration and dead ends, I was close to giving up. But how could I look Michael or others like him in the eyes and tell them there was no hope? I couldn't stop now, and thank God I didn't, because the answer came from the most unexpected place. During one of our consultations, Michael pulled out his phone and showed me an article he had come across. "Doc, take a look at this," he said, pointing to a photo of an ancient samurai village in Japan. These people feast on rich foods, meats, stews, and even sweets. Look at them. They're thin, healthy, and live well into old age. And they say they've never even heard of type 2 diabetes. I stared at the image for a moment, struck by the contrast. How could these people enjoy such abundance, stay healthy, and avoid diabetes, while Michael was trapped in a constant battle to manage his blood sugar? That's when I realized there was something deeper going on, and I might finally be onto the answer we were looking for. So I went back to the drawing board. I began researching the unique aspects of this ancient samurai culture, their diet, their daily habits, and their overall approach to life. What I found was astonishing. In certain areas of this culture, the population showed close to 0 cases of type 2 diabetes. In fact, there were people who had never even heard of the disease. One example is Ogimi village in Okinawa, often called the Village of Long Life. The people here are known for being very healthy and living much longer than most. They eat mostly plants, stay active every day, and have close relationships with each other. This way of life helps prevent illnesses like type 2 diabetes and also keeps them feeling strong and full of energy even as they grow older. As crazy as it seemed, I gathered a team of researchers and we went to study these remarkable people. We wanted to understand what made their health and way of life so different from the rest of the world, especially when it came to chronic diseases like type 2 diabetes. What we found was nothing short of incredible. Despite eating meals that included carbohydrates, foods often blamed for causing blood sugar problems, their bodies showed no signs of the glucose spikes we see in people with type 2 diabetes. Their pancreas functioned perfectly, producing insulin that was efficient and properly balanced. Even more surprising, their blood work revealed little to no inflammation, one of the main drivers of insulin misfolding and other metabolic issues. Their lifestyle habits, from their diet to their stress-free routines, naturally supported their metabolic health. It was as if they had discovered a secret formula for avoiding the pitfalls of modern health issues. These findings weren't just fascinating, they were a revelation. I knew we had to dig deeper to understand how their habits and natural surroundings were protecting them, and what we could learn to bring these benefits to people everywhere struggling with type 2 diabetes. We came back determined to understand how these incredible findings could be applied to help others. What was it about their diet, their environment, and their way of life that protected them from type 2 diabetes? We analyzed everything: what they ate, how they moved, their daily routines, even the air they breathed. Slowly, patterns began to emerge. Their unique habits and natural foods seemed to work together to keep their pancreas healthy, prevent insulin misfolding, and maintain stable blood sugar levels. It became clear that their secret wasn't just one thing. It was a combination of factors that created the perfect conditions for lifelong metabolic health. So here's what I knew so far. 1. The people in this ancient samurai village lived in a way that somehow made them immune to type 2 diabetes, despite enjoying feasts of rich and diverse foods. 2. In contrast, type 2 diabetes has become an epidemic in modern populations, with millions developing complications and seeing their health rapidly decline. 3. Clearly, at some point, modern lifestyles and medical practices took a wrong turn, one that's causing our bodies to struggle to manage blood sugar properly and leaving millions at risk of serious complications. What was that wrong turn? That's when I came across a little-known study that completely overturned everything we thought we knew about type 2 diabetes and insulin resistance. This study didn't just challenge the conventional wisdom, it shed light on what could be the real root cause of the disease. Listen, you've probably been told that insulin resistance is the main culprit behind type 2 diabetes. You may have heard that you need to cut carbs, exercise more, and take medications to make your body sensitive to insulin again. But not long ago, scientists took a closer look and discovered that insulin resistance might not be the real root cause. In fact, type 2 diabetes doesn't develop because your body stops responding to insulin. It develops when your pancreas starts producing the wrong type of insulin, known as proinsulin. Here's what's happening. Before insulin is fully functional, it starts as proinsulin, a precursor molecule. In healthy bodies, proinsulin folds into a perfect shape and converts into functional insulin. But when the pancreas is under stress, due to factors like chronic inflammation or high demand for insulin, it begins releasing defective or misfolded proinsulin instead of mature insulin. Imagine proinsulin as a broken key. It's supposed to unlock your cells and let glucose in, but because it's misfolded, it can't do its job properly. Glucose stays trapped in your bloodstream, triggering high blood sugar and the chain of complications that come with type 2 diabetes. Recent studies, such as those published in eLife and Diabetes, support this idea. They reveal that misfolded proinsulin is a significant contributor to V-cell dysfunction, which leads to elevated blood sugar levels and the progression of type 2 diabetes. This means that even if you try to control your diet or take medications to lower blood sugar, if your pancreas isn't producing functional insulin, it's like patching a leaking boat without fixing the hole. If your body were producing the right type of insulin to begin with, glucose wouldn't have stood a chance of building up in your bloodstream. Let me explain this further. Whoever promises they can cure type 2 diabetes by completely eliminating blood sugar spikes or insulin issues is misleading you. Maybe these spikes can be reduced temporarily with medications or diets, but we're human beings. We eat a variety of foods, we experience stress, and we age. Our bodies can't exist in a perfectly controlled environment forever. That's why evolution equipped us with insulin, a hormone designed to regulate blood sugar and keep our bodies in balance. But here's the thing. For this system to work properly, the insulin your pancreas produces must be functional, properly folded, and able to do its job. When it's not, no amount of diet changes or medications will provide a lasting solution. And here's something few doctors will ever tell you. The type of insulin your body produces doesn't just affect your blood sugar, it impacts your entire health. Every time your body releases insulin, it signals processes throughout your system. A malfunction in this process affects your brain, your heart, your kidneys, and even your immune system. Think about it. The way your pancreas produces insulin determines how effectively your cells absorb glucose. This, in turn, affects your energy levels, your ability to fight off infections, and even your mental clarity. The truth is, your whole body mirrors what's happening with your insulin production, and vice versa. Type 2 diabetes is rarely, if ever, just about blood sugar levels, and this makes sense when you think about it. The pancreas isn't just a random gland, it's one of the most critical front doors to your body's entire metabolic system. Now imagine that front door is damaged. No matter how clean and orderly the rest of your body is, the disruptions at this critical entry point will eventually spread to every part of your system. This is why addressing the root cause, fixing how your pancreas produces insulin, isn't just about controlling blood sugar. It's about restoring balance to your entire body. So many chronic conditions are linked to issues with insulin production, from obesity and cardiovascular disorders to anxiety and depression. In fact, a 2009 study suggests that metabolic dysfunction, including obesity, begins with how the body processes insulin. Over 98% of the individuals with obesity in the study shared a similar imbalance in their insulin regulation pathways. But it doesn't stop there. Misfolded proinsulin, the defective precursor to insulin, doesn't just impact blood sugar levels, it sets off a chain reaction throughout the body. When this defective insulin enters the bloodstream, it increases inflammation and damages tissues in organs like the liver, kidneys, and even the brain. A study published in Science Advances reveals that misfolded insulin molecules can cause stress and inflammation in the brain, contributing to memory disorders and cognitive decline. I know it sounds alarming, But there's a way to address this by restoring your pancreas's ability to produce properly folded, functional insulin. Essentially, you're helping your body create the right tools it needs to regulate blood sugar and protect your health. Dr. Peter Arvan, a leading researcher in the field, emphasized the significance of pro-insulin folding, stating, "Detecting and then fixing early problems associated with type 2 diabetes may help stop the disease in its tracks, and we are certain that our pro-insulin research will help. As humans, we evolved to rely on a finely tuned metabolic system, and insulin plays a critical role in this. Properly functioning insulin molecules transport energy to every cell in the body, protect organs from oxidative damage by stabilizing glucose levels, and regulate inflammatory processes that, when unchecked, can lead to cardiovascular issues. When this system breaks down, like when the pancreas produces misfolded insulin, the ripple effects are felt throughout the entire body. That's why fixing the way your body produces insulin isn't just about managing blood sugar. It's about restoring balance to your entire system and preventing the cascade of damage caused by misfolded pro-insulin. So, I cannot state enough how crucial it is for your pancreas to produce properly folded, functional insulin. Healing your insulin production helps restore balance to your entire body and vice versa. Now, the only question I needed to answer in order to uncover the real root cause of type 2 diabetes was, what disrupts the pancreas and prevents it from producing healthy insulin molecules? After digging deeper, I found a shocking answer. It's the very thing that is often marketed as the solution: mainstream blood sugar medications and chronic exposure to certain dietary and environmental toxins. For example, let's take one of the most common dietary habits: reliance on processed foods and artificial additives. Did you know that many packaged foods contain chemicals and additives that increase inflammation and stress in the pancreas? These additives disrupt the natural folding process of proinsulin, leading to the production of defective insulin molecules. Sure, some of these foods may be marketed as healthy or low sugar, but they are packed with hidden chemicals that wreak havoc on your pancreas. Research shows that some of these substances are ignored, or worse, protected, by corporate interests focused on profit over health. Do yourself a favor today. Take a closer look at the products you consume and aim to avoid these common disruptors. Artificial sweeteners like aspartame, saccharin, and sucralose, synthetic trans fats and hydrogenated oils, high fructose corn syrup, preservatives like BHT and TBHQ, artificial food dyes made from petroleum derivatives, processed meats with nitrates or nitrite. These chemicals act like pollutants in your body, disrupting your pancreas's delicate balance and making it nearly impossible for functional insulin to be produced. It's like pouring toxic waste into a river and expecting clean water to flow downstream. Without addressing these disruptors, your pancreas may continue to produce misfolded proinsulin, throwing your entire metabolic system out of balance. But the problem is, even when your body attempts to repair itself, misfolded proinsulin molecules can't stabilize quickly or work effectively to restore balance. This disruption leads to months, even years, of metabolic strain, preventing your system from functioning the way it should. If that wasn't enough, some common medications and dietary habits can worsen the problem. Certain drugs prescribed for type 2 diabetes are designed to control blood sugar levels temporarily, but they do nothing to address the core issue: the production of defective insulin. Dietary choices like relying on processed foods or artificial sweeteners can also strain your pancreas. These substances force your body into overdrive, increasing the likelihood of proinsulin misfolding and further weakening your metabolic health. Even the supplements or powders often marketed as solutions may not be doing much good. Studies show that some of these products contain inactive or low-quality ingredients that fail to provide the necessary support for insulin production. The result? mismanaged blood sugar, chronic fatigue, weight gain, and a cascade of other health issues. So what can you do? Should you stop taking medications or avoid certain foods altogether? Certainly not. Medications and dietary adjustments do serve an important role. They can help stabilize blood sugar levels and reduce immediate complications. However, if you're not addressing the root cause, how your pancreas is producing insulin, these measures are like putting a bandage on a deeper wound. Even with the best dietary habits or medications starting today, your pancreas may still need time to recover and begin producing properly folded insulin molecules. However, there are two factors that make it hard or even impossible for your pancreas to recover and start producing properly folded insulin again. The first one is stress. Stress has a profound effect on your body, triggering the release of hormones like cortisol that interfere with insulin production. Chronic stress not only raises blood sugar levels, but also puts your pancreas under additional strain, making it harder for it to function optimally. Over time, this stress contributes to the misfolding of proinsulin and perpetuates the cycle of metabolic imbalance. Stress also impacts your body's ability to manage inflammation, a key driver of complications like neuropathy, cardiovascular disease, and kidney damage. In this state, even small disruptions to insulin production can lead to a cascade of negative effects. The second culprit is diet, specifically the high levels of processed foods in modern diets. These foods are often loaded with refined carbohydrates, artificial sweeteners, and hidden salts that destabilize your metabolic system. Excessive salt, for instance, can contribute to dehydration and inflammation, further impairing your body's ability to produce and regulate insulin effectively. Processed foods can also introduce toxins that accumulate in the pancreas, disrupting its delicate balance and increasing the likelihood of insulin misfolding. Before diving into the only method that can help your pancreas recover and produce functional insulin, here's a quick tip. Incorporate more whole, nutrient-dense foods into your diet. Foods rich in antioxidants and anti-inflammatory compounds can help support pancreatic health and reduce stress on your system. If you're still wondering whether your insulin production is out of balance, here's a simple question to consider. Do you often experience fatigue, brain fog, or unexplained blood sugar spikes even when following a healthy diet? And the second question, do you also experience digestive issues like bloating or symptoms of IBS? Or are you dealing with allergies, frequent headaches, or even brain fog? If you answered yes to either of these, it's a sign that your insulin production is disrupted and your body's metabolic system is constantly under attack with very little defense. Just imagine defective insulin molecules circulating through your bloodstream, failing to deliver glucose where it's needed, while inflammation spreads to critical organs. This constant imbalance creates a chain reaction, affecting not just your blood sugar, but also your brain, digestion, and overall health. It's an intense picture, but it's crucial to understand what's happening in your body at this very moment. Misfolded proinsulin doesn't just raise blood sugar, it creates systemic stress, leaving you prone to fatigue, digestive discomfort, headaches, and even a weakened immune response. Because once you understand the root cause, the solution becomes clear. Your pancreas needs to recover its ability to produce properly folded, functional insulin to break this cycle and restore balance to your body. The moment your insulin production is no longer disrupted, the healing process begins. Your blood sugar stabilizes, energy levels improve, and systemic inflammation decreases. Your cells will finally get the energy they need, your digestion will improve, and you'll start feeling more like yourself again. This recovery process can have profound effects throughout your body. Brain fog lifts, allergies and headaches ease, and you may find it easier to get restful sleep and feel more relaxed overall. In theory, it makes a lot of sense, doesn't it? But how exactly do we fix the way the pancreas produces insulin? Well, the first thing one might think of is taking blood sugar lowering supplements or medications. After all, that's the most common recommendation when it comes to managing type 2 diabetes, and I admit, this was also my first thought. The only problem is, not all supplements or medications address the same issue, and not all approaches work for every condition. Just like you wouldn't use the same treatment for a headache and a stomachache, you can't expect a standard blood sugar remedy to fix an issue rooted in insulin misfolding. Most medications and supplements on the market are designed to address insulin resistance or lower blood sugar levels. But when it comes to misfolded insulin, the defective precursor at the root of the problem, you need a completely different approach. Now, let's say you try an off-the-shelf supplement anyway. Unfortunately, most of these products are poorly designed and often don't contain the active ingredients needed to support pancreatic health. Many supplements lose potency due to poor packaging and handling, meaning you're ingesting inactive compounds that have little to no effect. Some brands add too many ingredients into a formula, thinking more is better. But if these ingredients don't interact well, they can confuse your system, creating more harm than good. Studies also show that 96% of active compounds in standard supplements can be destroyed by stomach acid before they even reach the pancreas. And if your body's environment is already imbalanced, these products are even less likely to be effective. Last but not least, even if some of the ingredients survive digestion, how do they know to support insulin production in the pancreas specifically? For me, hoping that a generic solution might work to fix something as complex as insulin misfolding just wasn't an option. But I knew I hadn't come this far to stop there. I realized that the only way to address the root cause of type 2 diabetes, misfolded insulin, was to create a solution specifically designed to fix it. This formula had to target the pancreas directly, supporting its ability to produce properly folded insulin while reducing the stress and inflammation that trigger insulin misfolding in the first place. It also needed to restore balance throughout the body, just like repairing the foundation of a house before fixing the cracks in the walls. By addressing the pancreas's function, the entire metabolic system could begin to heal itself. So I gathered a team of medical researchers, endocrinologists, and biochemists to help me develop a formulation that would do just that. After months of rigorous testing, clinical analysis, and refinement, we created a breakthrough formula made up of carefully selected compounds, proven to reduce pancreatic stress and support proper insulin production. These ingredients weren't just chosen at random. They were backed by cutting-edge research and multiple clinical trials showing their effectiveness. Now, I'm going to tell you exactly what those ingredients are, how they work to restore balance to your body, and how you can start using them today to take back control of your health. The first one is berberine, or as we named it, the fireman, because it cools down inflammation in the pancreas and helps stop the damage caused by insulin misfolding. This remarkable compound works by activating AMP-activated protein kinase, AMPK, a metabolic switch that helps your cells absorb glucose while reducing glucose production in the liver. According to researchers, berberine has been shown to lower fasting blood sugar levels by up to 20%, making it a powerful ally in managing type 2 diabetes. Clinical trials have highlighted its ability to reduce systemic inflammation and improve insulin sensitivity. So many studies back this compound that it's often compared to pharmaceutical treatments without the side effects. Next, we decided to bring in chromium picolinate, a tough special agent for glucose metabolism. Chromium enhances the action of insulin, helping transport glucose from your bloodstream into your cells more effectively. It targets one of the most stubborn problems in type 2 diabetes, glucose buildup in the blood, while stabilizing energy levels throughout the day. Researchers have found that chromium can significantly reduce blood sugar spikes and improve long-term glucose control. Some even suggest it might work better than certain medications for people with impaired glucose metabolism. After addressing glucose transport, we needed a powerful protector against oxidative stress. That's where alpha-lipoic acid, ALA, comes in, often called the repairman for its incredible ability to heal and protect. ALA not only boosts the activity of your body's natural antioxidants, but also enhances insulin sensitivity, reducing resistance at a cellular level. In clinical studies, it's been shown to alleviate symptoms of diabetic neuropathy, one of the most painful complications of type 2 diabetes. Quite impressive, right? Let's move to the most unique compound we've discovered, resveratrol. What makes resveratrol so special is that it's a natural compound extracted from plants like Japanese knotweed, specifically studied for its ability to enhance insulin sensitivity and combat oxidative stress. According to researchers, resveratrol protects pancreatic beta cells from damage, reducing the misfolding of insulin while improving glucose uptake by cells. Its effects are so profound that it's often referred to as a shield for the pancreas, ensuring it stays healthy and functional even under metabolic stress. This is like giving your pancreas a 24/7 protector, guarding against long-term damage and helping it perform optimally. We were extremely excited when we managed to add another game-changing ingredient called milk thistle extract. Have you ever wondered how your liver, one of the most important organs for metabolic health, impacts your blood sugar levels? Milk thistle is packed with silymarin, a compound that helps detoxify and support liver function, ensuring glucose and fats are processed effectively. Milk thistle has the rare ability to reduce inflammation and oxidative damage in the liver, which is critical for maintaining stable blood sugar levels. Imagine this as a detox hero, working tirelessly to keep your metabolic processes running smoothly. And after addressing the pancreas and liver, we needed something to boost overall metabolic activity. That's where green tea extract came in. Rich in epigallocatechin gallate, EGCG, green tea extract is celebrated for its ability to improve glucose metabolism and reduce fat storage. Studies have shown it enhances glucose uptake by cells while reducing liver glucose production, making it an essential ingredient for balancing blood sugar. It's like having a built-in metabolism booster that keeps everything running efficiently, from glucose processing to energy production. Finally, we couldn't overlook banaba leaf extract. Known as a natural blood sugar balancer, banaba leaf extract is rich in corosolic acid, a compound that helps transport glucose into cells more effectively. This reduces blood sugar spikes and improves overall metabolic efficiency. Banaba leaf has been used for centuries in traditional medicine for its ability to stabilize blood sugar levels, and modern studies confirm its effectiveness. It's like a gentle regulator, keeping your glucose levels in check throughout the day. After combining all these incredible compounds into one formula, we realized one more thing. Putting these compounds in a poorly designed formula would have risked their effectiveness, as they might not survive the journey through the digestive system to target the pancreas properly. We needed to ensure these ingredients remained potent and bioavailable, so we carefully encapsulated them in a delayed-release capsule. This ensures that the compounds are protected from stomach acid and delivered directly to the small intestine, where they can be absorbed into the bloodstream and target the pancreas effectively. This isn't your average capsule. Each one is specifically designed to preserve the integrity of the ingredients until they reach the exact part of your digestive system where they're needed most. From there, the active compounds are absorbed and immediately get to work, addressing the root cause of type 2 diabetes at its source. Taking just 2 capsules a day is all it takes to create a meaningful impact. You can take them with water, preferably before or after a meal, to maximize absorption. We were incredibly proud of the formula we had created, but the journey didn't stop there. It took months of careful planning, testing, and collaboration with some of the world's best manufacturers to perfect this formula. My medical background allowed me to oversee every detail, from sourcing the highest quality ingredients to ensuring the capsule technology delivered optimal results. After rigorous testing and optimization to ensure the ingredients worked in harmony, my team and I created what we consider the most effective solution for supporting healthy insulin production and reversing the effects of type 2 diabetes. That sounds great, but you might be wondering, what are the actual results? Of course, the first person to try it was Michael. All he had to do was take 2 capsules daily with water, one in the morning and one in the evening. Even with his long history of blood sugar issues and complications, this simple routine was easy for him to follow. But after the first few days, Michael didn't notice much, and we were all a bit discouraged, not going to lie. Then one morning, Michael called us, his voice filled with excitement. For the first time in years, his fasting blood sugar levels were within a healthy range. He told us he felt more energized, and the mid-afternoon crashes he'd come to dread were starting to disappear. Day by day, we received what we began to call miracle updates. How his constant fatigue was lifting, how the tingling in his hands and feet was subsiding, and how his head felt clearer, free from the fog that had been clouding his thoughts for so long. Even more remarkable, he told us he could enjoy meals without the guilt of worrying about extreme blood sugar spikes. He began sleeping deeply, waking up refreshed, and feeling like himself again for the first time in years. And the best news? His lab results showed significant improvement in his A1C levels, and his doctor couldn't believe how quickly his health was turning around. Since daily reports exceeded even our wildest dreams, it was clear to us that we couldn't keep this life-changing solution to ourselves. We had to make it available to as many people as possible. We called our advanced capsule formula Glucorex, the only 100% natural doctor-formulated health solution designed to address the root cause of type 2 diabetes, misfolded insulin, and metabolic imbalance. By targeting the underlying dysfunction in insulin production, Glucorex works to restore your body's natural ability to regulate blood sugar effectively. Just take 2 capsules daily with water and let the formula do the rest. It contains 6 carefully selected ingredients, each included for their potential to support pancreatic health, improve insulin sensitivity, and reduce inflammation. Every single capsule of Glucorex is manufactured in the USA in our FDA-approved and GMP-certified facility under sterile, strict, and precise standards. We ensure that all equipment used to process the ingredients and package the capsules is regularly disinfected and tested to guarantee the highest levels of safety and quality. Glucorex is non-GMO and completely safe. It does not contain any harmful stimulants or toxins, and it's not habit-forming. Since its release, Glucorex has helped tens of thousands of people regain control of their blood sugar and improve their quality of life. People like Mark Peterson, 54, from Springfield, Illinois, who said, "My blood sugar has never been this stable. It feels great not to worry about constant spikes and crashes anymore, and I no longer dread going to my doctor for test results. I simply love Glucorex." JL, 50, from Phoenix, Arizona, who told us, "Who would have thought all I needed to support my blood sugar was a simple capsule? Something else I've noticed is that my energy is back, and I feel sharper throughout the day. Just amazing." Deborah Collins, 65, from Albany, New York, who thinks, "Dr. Kane's method is just the best. It's easy to use, no side effects, and it has saved me from so much stress and frustration. I am so happy I found it, especially since I've also started sleeping better and feeling more energized. 2 birds with 1 stone." Now, I'm guessing you're probably ready to try this state-of-the-art solution for yourself. And you should be, because Glucorex is the first targeted formula designed to address the root cause of type 2 diabetes by supporting healthy insulin production and restoring metabolic balance. So with all that in mind, let's talk about how you can get Glucorex today. First, what you need to know is that we absolutely refuse to cut any corners. With Glucorex, you're always guaranteed a premium, high-quality product that is formulated with the utmost care and precision. We've never spared any expense when it came to developing this formula. It's manufactured using advanced processes in one of the most sophisticated facilities in the world, ensuring every ingredient retains its full potency to deliver the results you need. The bottom line is, quality like this doesn't come cheap. However, when you compare the price of Glucorex with countless generic formulations that offer little to no help, and the lack of real solutions for addressing the root cause of type 2 diabetes, we could easily price this at a premium. And considering the incredible results our users have seen, without having to endure extreme diets, medications with side effects, or invasive procedures, many of them told us they'd gladly pay whatever it takes. Think about it. How much would you be willing to invest to regain control of your blood sugar, feel energetic every day, and live without the constant fear of complications? No more relentless spikes and crashes, no more mental fog, and no more worrying about your next doctor's appointment. What would you be willing to spend if you were absolutely certain this formula could help transform your health and your life? 300, 500, even 700, but you know what? Far be it from me to put a price on your health or the peace of mind that comes from managing type 2 diabetes effectively. That's why my team and I decided that to make it affordable for most people, but also to cover the cost of the premium ingredients and the years of research we've invested, the retail price of Glucorex should be set at $175. Honestly, this is a steal considering the groundbreaking results Glucorex can deliver. However, our mission has always been to put Glucorex into the hands of as many people as possible. That's why we decided to cut out the middleman and sell it exclusively on our website, passing the savings directly to you. This means you won't need to invest $175, $150, or even $120. All we aim to do is cover the ingredient costs and keep this site running for as long as possible. Even though I'll have to charge $99 for one bottle of Glucorex soon due to rising ingredient prices and fragile supply chains. And even though $99 is far less than the cost of most medications or diabetes-related doctor visits. Today, and only on this website, you can get your very own 30-day supply of Glucorex for a one-time, 100% risk-free investment of just $69. That's right, just $69. And because I am so grateful you've made it this far into the presentation, it shows you're serious about your health. If you order a 3 or 6 month supply, we'll give you an even bigger discount along with additional bonuses. Here's why. While many of our users notice significant improvements in as little as a few weeks, the real magic happens when you take Glucorex consistently for 60 days or more. We've seen the effects of Glucorex on countless individuals managing type 2 diabetes. That's why I recommend taking 2 capsules daily for at least 60 days to ensure your body has the time it needs to repair the pancreas, restore proper insulin function, and clear any lingering inflammation or toxins. It's crucial that you don't miss a single dose. Otherwise, you risk losing the progress you've worked so hard to achieve. The healthy insulin production and metabolic balance you're building need consistency to overpower the issues that caused your blood sugar spikes in the first place. Honestly, I can't estimate exactly how long it will take for you to reverse years of damage caused by misfolded insulin. This depends on many factors, including your diet, lifestyle, and how long you've been living with type 2 diabetes. But especially if you're over 35 or if you've been experiencing persistent blood sugar spikes, fatigue, or complications like nerve pain or brain fog, I recommend taking Glucorex for at least 3 to 6 months. The powerful ingredients in Glucorex work to restore pancreatic health and support healthy insulin production, continuously rebuilding your body's ability to manage blood sugar naturally. This means the longer you take Glucorex, the better you'll feel. Every day you're clearing out harmful toxins, stabilizing your metabolic system and giving your body the nutrients it needs to thrive. Your progress improves every single day, and it would be a shame to come so close to freedom from blood sugar spikes and miss the opportunity to truly regain control over your health. Just imagine running out of Glucorex and risking a slowdown or even a reversal of your entire progress. While waiting for months for a new batch to become available, you might face the reality that some of the rare ingredients used in Glucorex are harder to source. And if we manage to get them all again, their price could be significantly higher. But today, you have the opportunity to secure your 3 or 6 month package at an incredibly steep discount. It even comes with free shipping. You won't have to pay a dime to get your delivery. And that's not all that and more. I can't wait for you to experience the difference Glucorex can make in your life. To ensure you're completely satisfied, when you invest in the 3 or 6 bottle supply of Glucorex, you'll also gain VIP customer service for life. This means priority support at any time, ensuring you have all the guidance and help you need on your journey with Glucorex. That's how confident we are that you'll love what Glucorex can do for you. Maybe you've been dealing with blood sugar issues for years, or maybe you just like to be prepared. That's why more and more of our customers are choosing to invest in the larger 6-bottle pack. Not only does it save them $120, but it ensures they never risk running out of this essential formula. Our advanced bottling process keeps Glucorex fresh and potent for at least 2 years, so you can stock up with confidence. Due to extremely high demand and limited supply, most of our clients are choosing the 3 or 6 bottle packages to secure their supply. I can't guarantee this special offer will still be available if you leave this page and return later, so don't hesitate. Secure your supply today for maximum savings and peace of mind. Please know that you won't find Glucorex anywhere else. We don't sell Glucorex on Amazon or any other website. The only place where you can order this blood sugar supporting formula is right here on this page. And this page will only remain up as long as we have stock available. If you're skeptical, we completely understand. You've tried countless methods, spent a lot of money, and endured so much frustration, only to feel like nothing truly worked. That's why we're offering our ironclad 60-day money-back guarantee. If you don't experience any noticeable improvements in your blood sugar, energy levels, or overall well-being, or if you're not content for any reason whatsoever, we will promptly issue you a full, hassle-free refund with no questions asked. All you need to do is contact us within the first 60 days from your purchase. You can even send back empty bottles and we'll still refund your money. Simply get in touch with our friendly customer support team and they'll be happy to assist you. The contact information is right on the bottle. This gives you 2 full months to decide if Glucorex is right for you. Your order today is a one-time payment with no subscriptions or hidden charges. Simply choose the package you prefer below. Once you click on your chosen package, you'll be taken to a secure checkout page where you can fill out your payment details using a credit card, debit card, or PayPal. After that, we'll send your order quickly in a discreet package to ensure your privacy. Again, this offer is in extremely high demand. So the one thing I suggest you not do is delay. You see, it can take us 6 to 9 months to produce a new batch of Glucorex because we are committed to using only the purest, most potent ingredients. Anything less would compromise its effectiveness, and sourcing these top-quality ingredients from around the world takes time. Next, we partner with a third-party lab to rigorously test the quality of each ingredient to ensure that everything in Glucorex meets our exacting standards. This guarantees that every component is fresh, active, and ready to do its best work in supporting your health. Finally, the ingredients are sent to our contract manufacturer here in the USA for bottling. The finished formula doesn't even reach our warehouse until it has passed all quality and safety tests. As you can see, this involves many steps and many people. However, with everything going on in the world right now, our distribution process faces significant challenges. And with rising demand, Glucorex will soon be out of stock. So if you decide not to order today, I can't promise it will be available later. Think about it. Right now, as you're reading this, thousands of people across the country are rediscovering what it's like to feel in control of their blood sugar, enjoy stable energy, and live without the constant stress of type 2 diabetes. Many are so thrilled with their results that they're ordering more bottles for themselves and their loved ones. That's why, while Glucorex is still available, I urge you not to wait if you're still undecided. And when you click the button below, don't forget to consider the multi-bottle packages for the best value and consistent supply. Still here? Great. I wanted to take a moment to answer the most common questions I get about Glucorex. I just want to make sure you feel 100% comfortable with your decision to order today. How and why does Glucorex work? We've always been told that insulin resistance is the primary cause of type 2 diabetes. But recent discoveries reveal that the real root cause is the pancreas producing defective, misfolded insulin, known as proinsulin. This misfolded insulin disrupts your body's ability to regulate blood sugar effectively, leading to high glucose levels and the chain reaction of complications that follow. Glucorex is a doctor-formulated blend of 6 premium ingredients, carefully selected for their ability to reduce pancreatic stress, improve insulin functionality, and restore balance to your metabolic system. The formula helps your body produce properly folded, functional insulin while reducing inflammation and oxidative damage that worsens the condition over time. What's more, Glucorex supports your overall health, improving energy levels, reducing fatigue, and even helping with better sleep and digestion. It's already transforming lives, like Lisa Grant, 64, from Austin, Texas, who said, "I feel like a whole new person. My energy is back, and I'm finally able to live my life again without constantly worrying about my blood sugar." Or Mark T, 59, from Portland, Oregon, who wrote to us, "I never thought I'd feel this good again. My numbers are better, and I feel confident knowing I have something that's working." Thank you for Glucorex. Of course, the only definitive way to know how well it will work for you is to try it today using the special no-risk offer available only on this page. Are there any side effects? Glucorex has been designed for all ages and medical conditions. All of the ingredients in Glucorex have been extensively tested for safety and purity, ensuring they are free from toxins and contaminants. Moreover, Glucorex is manufactured in an FDA-approved facility under strict, sterile, and precise standards. With over 120,000 satisfied customers, we haven't seen any notable side effects. As always, if you have a medical condition or are taking prescription medications, we recommend showing a bottle of Glucorex to your doctor before use, just to put your mind at ease. When and how should I take Glucorex? We recommend taking 2 capsules daily with water, preferably 1 in the morning and 1 in the evening. This ensures maximum absorption and consistent support for your blood sugar levels throughout the day. What if it doesn't work for me? Can you tell me about the guarantee again? The more results we see, the stronger we believe Glucorex has the power to transform your health. That said, nothing works for 100% of the people who try it, as everybody is unique. That's why every bottle of Glucorex comes with an ironclad 60-day money-back guarantee. If for any reason you're not fully satisfied with your results, you can simply return what you haven't used for a full, no questions asked refund. How can I get started? It's simple. Just click the button below to go to our secure order checkout page. Enter your information and we'll immediately begin processing your order to ship Glucorex right to your doorstep. All you need to do today is click the button below, fill in your payment details on the secure order form, and submit your order. I can't wait to hear your success story.